Whirlpool dishwasher. This is how to strip it down so that you can work on the components. First we have to take the wooden door off, and to do that it's held on by 4 screws. In this instance they're the 2nd and the 4th screw from the dishwasher. If the wooden door is fitted correctly, it will not fall off when you remove these 4 screws. And we're about to find out. Just in case yours isn't, just be careful. If you lift up now, and the wooden door needs to slide down just a fraction, and it'll lift away. Just a wiggle and it's away. That's the wooden door removed. Next we remove the metal outer door. There's 4 more screws to remove, and it's the 1st and 3rd screws that will hold the outer door in place. You'll notice we just got a knee under the edge of the door, keeping it in place so it doesn't strain and bend. Just grip this side with one hand, and then take the final screw out. The metal door will now come away, and the dishwasher door has become quite light. Okay, with the wooden door off and the metal door, the remaining door fixed via the hinges has now become quite springy, flexible, and it's lost its tension. If you let go of the door, it'll spring up and slam, so you need to be careful that you don't hurt yourself. Now we've got the doors removed, we'd just like to point out the soap and rinse aid dispenser, the door hinges, one either side, the wiring loom, and the wiring loom is earthed to the chassis. We'd just like to point out a common fault on these Whirlpool dishwashers is that the wiring protector, the plastic sheath that the cables run in, cracks along the bottom there. You can see the crack, and that crack eventually cuts through the cables. We'd like to point out this wiring protector is replaceable. It splits apart, so you can look at the wiring and check that it isn't damaged. If it is damaged, each wire can be spliced 6 inches up and 8 inches below, so you can just replace individual wires. One of the problems you've got is that the individual wires are black, so if you get 3 or 4 black wires broken, you've got quite a task on trying to repair this. But a wiring protector probably costs you about 7 or 8 quid. Next step then is to remove the base kick plate, and you probably find that the 6 screws are Torx head, so you're going to need a different bit for your screwdriver, and let's get on with it. Okay, once you've got your screws out, just take some weight off the front and the front piece will just lift away. That's it. Okay, to remove the side panels, a little handy tip here is the door now is so strong and springy, you need to hold it down while you undo some screws. Can of paint, most of you will have a can of paint in your garage, and that'll keep the door in place while you remove the front panel screws. To take the side panel off, there's a couple of screws at the back, low down. And then there's one on the side. And then there's 3 on the front. with all the screws removed. Bit of fiddly, but get hold of the panel, just ease it out of the plastic and it'll all come away. And that's one side panel undone and removed. That's one side panel off. Take the other side panel off just the same way. Okay, the next stage is to remove the base of the machine, but first we need to make sure there's no water left in the sump. So take the spray arm off, undo the filter, remove those, and if you've got water down in that sump, get a towel and stuff it in there and make sure you soak all that water up. And that's because we're about to lower the machine onto its left hand side and we don't want any water going into the system, so that's got to be completely dry. The reason we clean out that sump and make sure there's no water in it is on the left hand side we have this water filling chamber, and just at the bottom there, I'll just zoom in, we have a counter, and that is counting the incoming water. So it works out the volume by the number of counts on the PCB. When that goes wrong, you get F7 fault. Before you can take the base off, once you've leaned it on its left hand side, just undo the electronics. They don't all have this PCB there, so if it's not there, don't worry about it. To remove the base, it's just 2 screws, and undo those. Once they're undone, the base just slides towards you and it completely exposes everything to do with the dishwasher. And just watch the edges, they're like razors. And there you go, there's the heater, the circ pump, the pressure switch, the drain pump, the electronic module, and the thermistor, the thermostat. Everything is now there for you to work on.